Big deal. So, recap. Wholesaling is middlemaning, but you have what we call equitable interest. That's a term that kind of like throws people off, but it just means that
You have
you're
the contract
directly in the deal. You have your name is on the contract, saying it's that the contract that you'll get is called the A to B contract, and that is saying I, Bobby, am going to purchase your house, B, for X amount of dollars, $300,000. Even though I know I don't have $300,000, but in that contract, it says I may assign, or what's the clause that has to be in the contract? Not to get too nitty gritty.
Yeah, so we take care of all that for you because every state's going to be different.
Yeah.
In my contract, we write buyer is an LLC in the business of buying and selling real estate for a profit. Buyer may determine to use a number of different exit strategies for this purpose, which may include, but not exclusively be, fix and flip, buy and hold, and or wholesale.
Nice.
So it just basically
covers the whole gamut.
Covers the whole gamut because I do fix and flip, I do buy and
Right.
hold, and I do wholesale.
Yeah. So this part of the process, like in being a real estate investor, wholesaling, you could just not wholesale it. You could, if you wanted to, buy the house yourself, put in the work, and then flip it and make a bigger chunk of money. That's
Correct.
where like wholesalers are making a small amount of the potential that can come from this ugly house, and then the actual fix and flipper who's doing the work and then selling it is getting the lion's share of it.
But they're taking a bigger risk. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're spending money.
Risk reward and like the market. And I know that okay, so back to recap. That's what wholesaling is. Step 1, find an ugly house. Step 2, contact that ugly house owner and get them to agree to sell, or no, get them
Find out if they're interested in selling. That's it.
And if they're interested, then you say, all right, I'll get back to you. Let me talk to the people that I work with. I'll give you a call back in 30 minutes. You talk to, for example, for Trent in Austin, he talks to Fred Gamble at Keegley. And the way he gets Fred's number is DMing Jamil on Instagram at JDamji. And then he gets coached through that process by somebody with experience and says, okay, so when you talk to the seller now, you're going to say,
And Fred might just get on the phone.
Yeah, that's
I mean, that's the other part. Like if you feel if you feel uncomfortable to take it from there, we'll take it from there.
Okay, what do I still get the same assignment fee?
We're not trying to. This is never about like, hey, you did this much and we did this much. It's like we just want the house.
Yeah.
We just want to get the deal done, right? A lead is a lead.
Yeah.
And so if you got somebody who's interested in selling, great, let's talk to them.
Boom, and then you still get value out of it. That's interesting. That bird dogging, is that the term for?
Yeah, you could call it bird dogging.
Is that bad? Bird dogging.
Bird dogging is just it's not bad. It's just that be careful that you're not illegally brokering. That's all. Just pay attention to that.
That's I don't even know how I would be illegally brokering, but you cross that bridge when you get there.
It's connecting people, not being in the deal.
Okay,
you know?
Gotcha. So, now that we've talked to Fred, you go submit your offer, or not submit. Yeah, you do submit your offer to the seller, and then you get the contract signed, and then that's not it. Now you have a contract signed, and in this case, the person who helped you is most likely your buyer, being Fred.
Yeah, or he'll help you sell the contract.
Yeah.
One of the two.
So he'll find somebody who's a fix and flipper who will buy that contract from you at a reasonable amount of money over the number that you locked it up. So you get to keep the difference. And then how long does it take till I get that check?
Man, these deals can close anywhere from like 2 weeks to 30 days, depending on how fast the seller wants the deal done. I've done a deal where I got a hold of a homeowner and they wanted a deal done in 10 days. And so like start to finish, we got it done.
Nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, these can really go as quickly or as slowly as the seller wants. That's the key here, right? Is that we're catering to what the seller wants because we're giving them a cash offer and it's a convenience offer. So it needs to be convenient.
Yeah.
We don't get to say, hey, we want to close in 7 days because I got bills to pay, bitch.
Right.
You know, it's not, you can't do that, right? It's like, hey, when can you move? Like when's comfortable for you?
Yeah.
And then you do that.
And that's part of the value proposition when you're initially talking to them is like, you know, I can't offer you what the market might give you if you
it's not even that. You are offering what the market could give them, but it's just for that condition.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Like we don't underpay people. We pay exactly what the house is worth in its condition right now. And in its condition right now, it needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
It needs me to find him. So this is the price.
Yeah.
That's it.
Boom. I think we covered what wholesaling is.
We've reached the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed that clip. If you want to support me and the podcast, just subscribe and share the show with your friends. The full episode is in the description, so if you haven't, go check that out. It's also available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and wherever you listen to podcasts. And the goal is just to grow. So if you could share the show with your BMX homies, that'd be dope. If anybody that you know that is a BMX nerd and would enjoy this podcast, do me that favor, and we'll keep all these clips coming and one episode every week. So I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.